Good morning, everybody. We're out here with the sheep, obviously. Wow. Thank you, Jennifer Obvious. Yes, out here with my sheep, bright and early. They don't really like walking down here by themselves, so I decided I would hang out and do a video and show you how adorable they are. Everybody's doing really well. Dee Dee is definitely warming up to me, which is so fun to watch. That's one of the most gratifying parts of having these sheep is when I bring home a wild sheep, and she's not that wild, she's not like Janie wild, but bring home a sheep who's pretty skittish and standoffish and just watch them, be able to watch them warming up to you is really neat. She likes to nibble on my fingers and she will let me stroke her cheeks, and I even rubbed or kind of scratched the top of her head once, and she was cool with that, so we're getting there. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little morning quiet with the Fellowsheep. I think if there's anything else to tell you about, like I said, everybody's doing really well. Supposed to get another heat wave this week and next, but it's not anything like last year when we had that heat dome and it was 100, I think 108 was as high as it got here. And that's just unheard of for this area. I figure after that, mid to high 90s really isn't horrible. So that's good to have some perspective, especially when there's so much bad heat going on in the world right now. Oh, and if the camera is shaking, it's because I have a fly after my ear now. One cute story I did want to tell you, though. Eleanor, who's my Clun Forest, and Arwen, who's my big fluffy white Icelandic, they have become BFFs. And I know this because they hang out together, but that's not really unusual because the 4 babies that I brought home last year, those 2 plus the 2 Black Welsh Mountain, Lobelia and Belladonna, they all hang out together a lot. However, there was one day that Eleanor was out in the backyard crying, but she was with Belladonna and Lobelia, and so I couldn't figure out what she was upset about. And then I heard up in the barn, Arwen started yelling, and then Eleanor yelled back at her, and then Arwen came trotting down, and then Eleanor made this it sounded like a little contented oh noise at her, like, oh, there you are, friend. And she was perfectly happy. And I've seen them, I mean, of course they're not doing it right now, but I have seen them hanging out together, and sometimes when I get up in the morning to let them out, they're laying down next to each other. And it's so cute. I love flock dynamics and just seeing, okay, who's best friends this week? It's like it's like having a bunch of grade school or junior high kids. All right, who's fighting this week? Who's best friends this week? Which boy is crushing on which girl, which really shouldn't happen because my boys are all Weathers, they're not Rams, but it does happen from time to time. Like last year, Garnet and Ruth were apparently dating. They weren't doing anything. I mean, actually I did see him. There was one time I did see him try to hump somebody, but I can't remember if it was Ruth or not. That was odd for Garnet. Garnet never does that. It's usually Radagast. And Radagast has been doing better about that too. He's not as amorous in the winter. Excuse me, for some reason I'm hiccuping, making weird noises. Plus I've got this fly in my ear, so I'm really distracted, sorry. But anyway, point is here that the flock dynamics are really, really interesting. And let's see. Other things to tell you about. Well, here's my sales pitch for the day. If you haven't yet, please check out the RRRA roving that I have in the shop. It's the last of my rovings until October. Actually, no. It's the last of my rovings until next April. I don't have any coming back from the mill in October because he did it early for me. So, last of my roving until next April. And it is a blend of Rohan and Radagast, Rosie and Arwen. So that's where the three A's and or the three R's and the A come from. And it's a beautiful, beautiful steel gray, quite soft for, you know, an Icelandic that still has the tog, the outer coat in it. And it's just lovely to work with. There's 16 ounces in there. I might be pulling some of that out for me. Because, you know, I don't have enough fiber to spin with my backlog of, oh my gosh, I have so much to spin. I have Panda Bear still to finish, and I have Mikey, and I have some, I found more black velvet that I didn't know I had. I was cleaning out my studio the other day and found all sorts of treasures. Just kind of trying to reorganize it all, so I've got it, you know, separated into my stuff and stuff that I'm selling and stuff that's maybe for sheepy shells if I make them again, which are my Rolags. But anyway, long story short, man, the flies are really bad right now. Sorry if I keep getting distracted or if the camera gets all wobbly. Lobelia Princess, hello, darling. Hello. Aren't you just sweet? You are a sweetie. You are so sweet. Okay, point is, I have plenty to spin. I don't need to pull any of the RRRA out, but I might. I might take 4 ounces. So, you guys could save me from that, save me from my own insanity, and go buy those 16 ounces that are in stock. That'd be cool. Oh, website, of course, blainefleeceandfiber.com. Rosie, you do not need to eat through that fence because there are plants on this side to eat. You little dingus. So, and also I still have those DK Graham stitch minders. I think I've talked about that before. I won't go into that, but they're super, super cute. They've got 6 of my sheep on them. Stitch markers for both knitters and crocheters. And a really cute pin that you can put on your project bags. So check those out too. Oh goodness, Cupcake. Oh my goodness. Don't eat through the fence. That's setting a bad example for everybody else. Thank you, Cupcake. Thank you for listening. That was quite good. I'm sure she listened. I'm sure that's what happened. I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh, there's Janie and Ruth. They still hang out together quite a bit too. I just stopped talking just so that you could hear them munching a little bit. Hello, you've got, can I get that off your head? Thank you, sir. Or thank you, ma'am. I called you sir. Thank you. Oh, my sweet dear. Oh my gosh. Whenever they come up to me, the flies come with them. So I love you dearly. Dearly. Ha! Oh, I slay me. I love you so much, but the flies are driving me crazy. Hello, Ruby Sue. Oh, wow. Okay, so I think I said before that I might not be sharing Ruby in the fall again because she's 9 and she's just not growing her wool back as much. Oh my gosh, there's a fly hovering right by my face. Anyway, I'm just looking at this and I think that's definitely going to be the case. It's much shorter for this time of year than it ever has been before. So it's time for Ruby to be retired from having to put out 2 fleeces a year. Yes, it is, dear. She says, I never put out 2 fleeces a year. I'm just a one fleece gal. And that is fine because your fleece is amazing. It is. It's just amazing. Okay, the flies are driving me nuts. I'm going to end here. Well, let's look at Garnet first because he's so handsome. Hello, Garnet. Yes, and your fleece is still amazing. You're going to still give us 2 a year for a while, for a few more years. Oh yeah, that's nice and long already. Beautiful stuff. Yes, I know, dear. I know. You want me to show everybody your fleece? Yes, look at how pretty that is in there. Oh, that pretty, pretty brown. Yes. And you gave that pretty, pretty brown color to your daughter. Yes, you did. Yes, you did, sweetheart. All right, I'm going to end here so you don't have to hear me baby talk anymore. Please check out that roving. I might have mentioned it before, but Icelandic roving is so amazing. Freckles' little tail wagging is so cute. For felters, because Icelandic felts super, super easy. And so you don't have to be a spinner to enjoy this stuff. And pardon me, I have seen a couple of different peg loom projects where people have used the roving. They've not spun it up first, but they've used the roving for making various items. I guess primarily rugs on peg looms, I guess, but I don't know much about peg looms except they look really kind of cool, and the projects that come off of them are really super cool. So my point here is that the roving is not just for spinners anymore. So please give that a look. Oh, and you just go to my website and then find store up in the header. And that's where you can do your shopping. And it all supports these woolly despots. All right, I'm going to end here because the fly is now trying to get in my ear. I hope you're all having a great day. Try to stay cool. Take care.